Welcome to the Unscripted podcast. I'm your host, Sarah Nicastro. I'm excited to share with you today that the Future of Field Service Standout 50 Leadership Awards are back for 2025. Last year, we launched the Future of Field Service Standout 50 Awards to recognize the efforts of amazing service leaders who are not only doing the hard work to keep pace in today's service landscape, but embracing that challenge while finding ways to create impact that truly stands out. Um, so I'm excited to share that the awards is back for its second year to once again recognize those individuals who are embracing this dynamic nature of what it takes to lead in today's service landscape. And also are distinguishing themselves in going above and beyond in how they make an impact, whether that's on their teams, their company, their customers, or the industry as a whole. So, for those of you that maybe aren't familiar with the Standout 50 awards, these leaders are nominated by colleagues or peers and chosen by a panel of judges. I'll share more on that in a couple of moments, based on how they are standing out in relation to innovation and how they're driving innovation in their organization, authenticity and authentic leadership, and flawless execution of service strategies. So, how well they are executing and delivering upon service today. So, in this role, having the opportunity to interview service leaders on a very regular basis for the podcast, talking with service leaders at industry events, engaging regularly with service leaders that are using IFS technology, pretty much engaging with service leaders on a weekly, if not daily basis, gives gives me and gives the Future of Field Service team an immense respect for the journey that these individuals are on, and that is essentially how the idea of Standout 50 was born. Acknowledging the commitment and passion it takes to take these roles on and doing our part to not only acknowledge that hard work and amplify those who are standing out in their roles, but also hopefully to create a broader awareness about the importance of service leaders and the service function in businesses across industries today. We know that oftentimes service leaders feel they don't always have a seat at the table. By acknowledging the tremendous impact that these individuals have, we hope that that also helps elevate an awareness of, the opportunity that exists from within the service function to different parts of the business. So understanding customers better and more deeply, having ideas for innovation that spark from these firsthand customer interactions and much more. So there is no, one way to be a standout service leader. But as we are opening nominations soon, and we'll be looking for individuals that are truly setting themselves apart. I thought it would be helpful to share a handful of descriptions that came from nominations of last year's winners. So some of the things that I noticed as we were going through those who were nominated and ultimately those who were selected for the Standout 50 in 2024. So the first is, they don't sacrifice innovation to meet short-term needs. So they are balancing the demands of the day-to-day business while making time and putting focus on looking ahead and thinking about how service is evolving, what it's going to take to create the business of tomorrow. They aren't short-sighted. They understand the potential of service and how to work toward that long-term strategy or longer-term strategy while still keeping today's business successful and delivering what it needs to. Uh, they evangelize the importance of service within their business. So, as I just mentioned, not every leader feels that they have a seat at the table, that they are as um, respected or included as sometimes other functions of the business may be. And I think that a standout leader doesn't get frustrated by that fact, but rather looks for ways to become more effective at collaborating and storytelling to help the rest of the business understand the impact of the service function and its ability to create differentiation, to build customer loyalty, to offer a unique brand experience, to grow revenue. However, the service function in their business relates to the overall company objectives. They are bold. A standout leader thinks outside of the box. They free themselves from the confines of the status quo. They challenge thinking and ideals that are rooted in the way it's always been done. They're always looking for ways to do things better, to solve problems, and to work collectively and as a team to do that. They aren't afraid to share ideas or fail forward, and they empower their teams to do the same. Um, Along those lines, they put their team first because they care about their team and also because they know that doing so will create the best customer experience and the best ultimate outcomes. They recognize the tremendous knowledge that the frontline workforce holds, and they value that and look for ways to leverage that knowledge to create a good customer experience and to help propel their companies forward. They look for ways continuously to enable, empower, engage, and nurture their teams, and know that putting focus there will pay dividends when it comes to their overall business success. A standout leader prioritizes customer intimacy. They know that innovation must happen from the outside in, and they are looking for ways to build close relationships that help the company not only succeed in meeting today's demands, but also to create or to identify the demands of tomorrow. Um, they harness the power of modern technology. They are not shying away from things that are coming along in terms of digital innovation, but rather looking for opportunities to work harder or to work smarter rather than harder. They are embracing these capabilities in a practical way, looking for opportunities to optimize the use of their resources without focusing too heavily on just those efficiency or cost reduction metrics, and are again balancing the vision of what it takes to do this well today with looking ahead at what it takes to do this well in a year's time or 3 years' time. Standout leaders are focused on creating inclusive environments. They are not interested in increasing diversity as a checkbox exercise, but rather understand that having a range of experiences, skills, opinions, and perspectives on their team is the best way to innovate and the best way to drive success. They welcome the voices of all, they celebrate contributions, and work as a team toward common goals. A standout leader is authentic. They know that being genuine and empathetic is necessary to connect with their teams and to form relationships that are mutually beneficial. They find ways to show up as their whole selves at work that feel honest, comfortable, and valuable. Standout leader is humble. They know that the days of a leader being the smartest person in the room is a thing of the past. Success in today's landscape requires a team of individuals skilled in different areas, and the leader's role is to bring those talented individuals together and empower them to solve problems and realize opportunities. And last but not least, a standout leader is continually learning and growing. They know that as fast as the business changes, they must evolve too. And obviously, we know that today that is a constant evolution. They find ways to expand their knowledge, their mindset, their viewpoints, and to stay relevant and impactful in their industries and in their leadership roles. So, again, these are not, you know, a mandate of what every nominee needs to be, but just some ideas from nominations last year to paint a picture of some of the ways that a leader can stand out from the crowd. I'm also thrilled to share our panel of judges for the 2025 Standout Awards. That will include myself, as well as Mr. Jed Cranny, who is the former head of direct service for Konica Minolta Business Solutions. Jed spent more than 40 years in service, growing from a field engineer into a variety of leadership roles, and offers a irreplaceable firsthand perspective on what it takes to stand out. Maureen Azato, who is the portfolio director for field service events at Worldwide Business Research. Maureen is responsible for orchestrating the agendas and executing the events of the go-to field service events globally. In this role, she has had the opportunity to interact with many standout leaders and has a great pulse on not only today's trends in service, but what those trends demand of leaders that are taking on these roles. And last but not least, Mr. Roy Dockery, who is currently the Director of Field Service Research at TSIA, but was formerly the head of service at Flock Safety and before that at Swisslog, and has also written a book called The Art of Leading. Roy brings a unique perspective of having been in the standout leader role, and also now assessing the landscape from a research perspective, and has his own authentic view of what it takes to create genuine leadership impact. So I'm really excited to have Jed, Maureen, and Roy along to judge this year's nominations with me. And that brings me to the point of telling you all what happens next. So the nominations for this year's Standout 50 Awards will open on May 28th and will close on August 1st. So keep an eye out on the website, futureoffieldservice.com, on our LinkedIn for the notification that nominations are open, and also reminders over that period to nominate the standout leaders that you know. From the August 1st point, we will do the judging and deliberation. We will make an initial private notification to this year's winners. And the official announcement for the Standout 50 will happen sometime in September, and I will share further details on that as they are finalized. So for now, we are thrilled to be back for a second year of recognizing the incredible effort of standout service leaders. And we need your help in nominating leaders that you know that maybe you work with or that you have interacted with, that you look up to, that you have been the recipient of their impact and efforts by getting them in when we open nominations on May 28th. So mark that in your calendar and keep an eye out for more by visiting us at futureoffieldservice.com and keeping an eye out on LinkedIn. The podcast is published in partnership with IFS. You can learn more by visiting ifs.com. As always, thank you for listening.